I'm Austin Regier. I'm the Executive Director of STEPs to End Poverty of McPherson County. We're working to build relationships across economic lines to transform lives and move our whole community beyond poverty. So STEPMC was founded in 2010 by a group of caring people who saw that there was poverty here in McPherson and also saw that what we were doing about poverty wasn't working. Specifically, we were seeing the same people coming back to food banks each month and needing clothing or rent assistance each month. And so we really wanted to try to do something that did more than just gave people enough resources to survive that month, but also help people thrive in the long term. And so we founded this organization, partnered with Circles USA for a while, and are really focused on building relationships across economic lines that really transform people's lives. One story that comes to my mind that I think exemplifies our work is a gal named Alyssa who lives in Mound Ridge and is in our program, who within the last year has gotten clean and gotten some of her kids back in her life, got a new job and is doing really well at that job. And one thing that she was lacking was connections, resources to the middle class community, and that's one of the things we provide. And she happens to be partnered with a guy who used to be the CEO of a credit union in Mound Ridge. And Alyssa had never had a bank account before and was being turned down by banks for various reasons. And one day she walks in with Rick, her partner, to the credit union, and Rick says, "Hey, let's get Alyssa a bank account." And when the ex-president of your credit union walks in and says, "Hey, let's get this person a bank account," you give them a bank account. And so I think that's one small example of how what we're doing here at STEPMC, building relationships between people in the middle class and people in poverty, can really provide some avenues for success for folks. VISTA has just really changed the game for us here at STEPMC, which is part of the reason that we're so excited to have Jackie on board as this year's VISTA. In 2018, I was in a Master's of Social Work program through KU, and as my social work placement, I did an AmeriCorps position with the Community Engagement Institute in Wichita and served with the Prevention Initiatives team and worked primarily on homelessness prevention in the Wichita area. I didn't really know what I was signing on to when I started my AmeriCorps VISTA position at CEI, and I quickly found that it was something that had a lot of benefits for my personal and professional growth. AmeriCorps VISTA really helped me see what was out there for people wanting to make a difference through their jobs. For me, it was through social work, and I think that really was what gave me an opportunity to transition into the work that I'm currently in. And I think it was a really cool segue then when STEPMC took on an AmeriCorps VISTA position of our own.
I'm Jackie Gilby. I am the AmeriCorps VISTA for STEP to End Poverty in McPherson, Kansas. At STEPMC, we believe that we can change lives through building relationships in the community, and I'm proof of that. I came into STEPMC and I created relationships with people in the program, and then I got partners and got relationships with those people, and it has built my life tremendously. I went from not knowing where and how to do simple things such as paying bills in this town or how to get them paid, because not every place has a building here and not everything is common sense. I didn't know how to pay property taxes or like buy a house, and like now I own my own home and I'm able to pay my property taxes on time just because like I have people that don't make me feel less than when I ask those questions, or that like they're too good to tell me the answers to those questions. And now I have a community myself that I have helped to guide into STEPMC, and they're not going anywhere. So I have a foundation for myself based solely on people. When you come into STEPMC, you will be placed into a Getting Ahead class where you are considered a leader, and that's the terminology they use, because like who can lead you out of poverty or lead someone to show you the things, like you are the leader of your group. And that goes for everyone. And then as you graduate there, you go into like a partnership with STEPMC, and you are there for a super long time, like 2 years on out, like as long as you want to be partners with your partner, and as long as that relationship is healthy. You're guided by your coach throughout that time, and like as you grow and build yourself up out of poverty, you'll keep your partners, I'm sure, but like also then you can go through the bridges and kind of like help guide people into coming to be a partner, or donating to getting ahead, or you can come be a partner yourself. And like that's really when it comes full circle. So my duties are different day to day. Some days I will come in and like I am checking on like donors and making sure that their contacts are correct in our system, and checking to make sure that, you know, like I have all of the right donors in the right spots in that system. And then a lot of times, which is my favorite, I get to go out with my supervisor, and we get to talk to donors, and we get to talk to people that are willing to volunteer their time, or I get to go to the college and set people up to volunteer for like childcare, or for the class, or to do the dinner that we provide every evening. It's really an all-around experience where I get to dip my hand into like all different parts of the community in like so many different ways. Here recently, we've been working on videos, which has been a tough ride. So like I get to go videotape people and their stories, and kind of give them feedback on different things. And it all around kind of turns into like a therapy session for them and me. Just because like I've been there, and it makes it a little bit easier for the both of us to just continuously go for that conversation, which is why I ultimately went for the VISTA position with AmeriCorps. I'm not gonna lie, I got sober, and I didn't have any plans of living past 25. So like I've been winging it the 110%. But I feel like if I've made it this far, that God will show me the way. My biggest plan is to, like, once I'm done with everything that I'm going to do, I'm going to settle out in the country somewhere in McPherson County, and I'm going to have a baby cow. Like, that is it. That's my biggest plan. But in the meantime, like, I do look forward to hopefully moving forward with STEPMC, like I've seen the other Vistas do for the STEP program. And as many big things in this community as I can get my hands on. I know that through my experience in this town, like I have a voice, and I have a big voice, and I know that the majority of this small, tiny town has seen me at my worst, and now they get to see me at my very best, and I get to be that example of like what made this town grow up. I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, but like I've done really well for myself and for this community, and like I have this feeling that it can't go back. Like I can't go back from here, and everything's only going to get that much better. Our community has grown so much together in the last 5 years that I lived here than I've ever experienced a community growing together before in my entire life. I didn't think this existed anywhere except for in the movies. So I am going to settle into my small town, and I'm going to end up being the little lady with the cow that comes and volunteers, you know, when she retires from STEPMC. That's my plan. But like also my grandma is from Wichita, and she did things, and I know she worked with kids. She worked at the Boys Ranch. She worked with DCF. I'm not sure how well known she was, but she was famous to me, and very, very upstanding church lady. And like I don't know what it is, but like having this position and being where I'm at now, like I feel like I know I couldn't make her proud when she was alive, but like I know I got this now. Like she's up there grinning, like you finally figured it out. I don't know what took you so long, but like I don't know. It's a pride I can't explain. So thank you for that opportunity. If I own a baby cow, I've done everything I was supposed to do in life. Like I just know that if that's the ultimate end goal, and that's my goal.